Again, I thank my chairman, Mr. Shays, and the chairman of the vote committee, too, or subcommittee, allowing me this time. It's indeed an honor that I will speak on Charlton Heston today. Now, we've already heard some of the roles that he played and the screen that people watched him, Planet of the Apes, Julius Caesar, Anthony and Cleopatra, Omega Man, and I'm going down the line. His famous roles, of course, were Moses, Andrew Jackson, John the Baptist, Mark Antony El Cid, and Ben-Hur. Some people may not remember, though, his role in politics. He became very active as president of the Screen Actors Guild. Before every actor in the world gets involved politically, he was involved in the Screen Actors Guild. He was very actively involved, was mentioned by the chairman, in civil rights. He marched with Martin Luther King. And one of my interests was that he was enlisted in the Army Air Force in World War II and served 2 years as a B-25 bomber and a gunner in the Aleutian Chains, god-awful place it was, but part of my great state of Alaska, and defended against the enemy at that time with great honor. Of course, he had 2 children. He was married to his wife, married to Lydia Marie Clark in 1944, and through the rest of his life. He was president of the NRA from June 1998 to April the 3rd, and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Bush. And I have to say that I knew him personally. I never called him Chuck. I never called him Charles. But always Mr. Heston, Mr. President, because he was president of an organization which I am very proud of, and that's the NRA, the National Rights of America, the NRA. Think about it, the National Rifle of America. And he probably did more to protect the freedoms of America in his action as president of that organization than any other individual. And that may not be popular with certain people in this body, but he did guarantee us, through the Second Amendment, the right to protect ourselves, the right to protect the castle in which we live in, the right to be able to take and protect those that we love against those who would do us harm. He believed in that as I believe in it. It is very, very important that everyone in America should recognize of any one individual that probably contributed more to the individual freedoms is Charlton Heston. Not his movie and acting career, not his guild presidency, but his action as the NRA president, National Rifle Association of America. His role in being able to ensure that each person could carry on his hip, if necessary, against those who would invade our domicile. And for that alone, we should recognize his great contribution. His civil rights, yes. His activities, willing to speak out, and his great acting capability, yes. But the ability and what he has left us in a legacy under the Second Amendment, because it will be under attack. Let's not kid ourselves. It is under attack by those who would like to have the government do everything for you. They want to give you all your health care. Of course, you won't have health care. They would like, in fact, to have you taken care of from the birth until the death, and they might decide when you will die and even when you will be born. And they definitely don't want the American citizen to be armed. They don't want the American citizen to be able to protect themselves from those who would do you harm. It'll be under attack. But he left a great legacy. We have 37 states in the Union today have the right to carry law. And it's all because of Charlton Heston. Because he saw the need to protect the United States of America against those who take away the great nation that we know. So with great honor, I was able to take and introduce this legislation to just recognize himself and his family, but what he contributed to those he leaves behind, the freedom of the great United States of America. And yield back the balance.